Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome back. Today we are here with an interesting question and we have Mr. Gulfam Riaz Hashmi for answering our question. So Mr. Gulfam, the question is that most of the people they do not believe in demons and metaphysical beings. As we have atheists, they are of the opinion that when we can't see God, so we will never be able to believe in God. So same is the thing with the people. They say that when we cannot see demons or supernatural beings, how can we believe in them?
So Mr. Salman, that's a really interesting and frequently asked question. Atheists don't believe in God because they say because we cannot see God, that's why we don't believe in God. And there are some Muslims and they believe in God, but they do not believe in demons and giants, and they are of the opinion that though we cannot see demons and giants, that's why we cannot believe in them. So this is simply they say because we cannot see a thing, so that thing does not exist. So there are a lot of things that we cannot see and still we believe in them. For example, all the abstract ideas are abstract. All the abstract things, for example, beauty. Can you see beauty?
No.
Honesty, truth, bravery. So all the abstract things we cannot see, but we believe in them. So what's this? So if we don't believe in demons on the basis that we cannot see them, so why do we believe in abstract things? And secondly, demons and giants, they are mentioned in Holy Quran and the Sunnah and the Hadith of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So there is another point. For example, St. Coleridge.
Yes.
He gave the concept of feeling suspension of disbelief. So what's that concept? That under the dramatic influence, under the dramatic art of a writer, we start believing in impossible and improbable things. Okay. So when a writer is creating an imaginary world, writer is creating imagination and fantasy, we start believing in them.
Most of the time, I'm cutting you. Most of the time, when we are watching movie, and we know that this is not a real scene, but we believe in that. Some people even cry.
Yeah.
And we know this is dramatic.
Yeah. For example, Superman can fly in movies, but in real life he cannot fly. But if I say that Superman cannot fly, people will say, "What are you talking about? How it's impossible for Superman? He is all capable. He can do that thing." So my point is, if we start believing in imaginary and impossible things under the influence of dramatic art, so why cannot we believe in the things that are mentioned by Allah Almighty in Holy Quran and the Hadith of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Okay.
Yeah. So we have a very logical answer from your side. Is there any scientific evidence? Can you prove scientifically that the demons and the giants and whatever you call them, they exist?
So Mr. Salman, my point is if a thing that's not approved, that cannot be approved scientifically, so can you say that thing does not exist?
I may not.
So first we should make a rule that everything that we want to believe in it, we first approve that thing. We should render an experiment in the laboratory to approve that thing. So that's not the case. There are a lot of things that cannot be proven in laboratory. For example, I talked about abstract things. We cannot prove beauty, bravery, honesty, all these things in laboratory, but still we believe in them. Okay. So scientific proof is not necessary for something to believe in it. Okay. And secondly, the journey of science is not end yet. Okay. It's a continuous process. For example, there are a lot of things that we discovered that human being invented in last century, and there are some centuries ago, that thing that
it was considered impossibility.
For example, before Galileo and Copernicus, it was the idea that Earth is static and the sun is revolving around the Earth. But Galileo gave the concept of heliocentric world, heliocentric universe, that Earth is not static and it is revolving around the sun. So before Galileo, what was the idea? The idea was that Earth is static. So when Galileo gave a concept, we start believing in them. So before Galileo, Earth was not static, but the person who gave the idea that Earth is not static, he was criticized. And there are a lot of things. For example, blood groups. The theory of blood groups, it was given in last century. In 18th century, nobody was aware of blood groups. Nobody was aware of vitamins. But now we believe in them. And there is another point that bacteria, microorganisms. So before 1665, nobody was aware of bacteria and microorganisms. So when Robert Hooke invented microscope in 1665, and he proved the existence of bacteria and microorganisms in microscope, so people start believing in it. So before the invention of microscope, did the microorganism not exist?
Yeah,
they did exist.
Yes.
They existed, but we have not instruments and you can say scientific
We didn't have
capabilities,
scientific evidence for
to
that.
prove that bacteria exist.
It's centuries ago. In today's case, some years back, when we see that people could never imagine, video calls and video chat and all that, but now this is reality in our era.
So a century ago, if someone proposed that a time will come when people will see them miles with a distance of miles away, but now it's happening. It's possible. So there is another thing. For example, Stephen Hawking, he gave the idea of multi-universe, that we are not alone in the universe, and there are aliens somewhere in this universe. So this is a hypothesis, and still it's not proven in laboratory. Still it's not proven, but we believe in it.
We believe in it.
We believe.
Yes.
It's just a hypothesis, but we believe in it. But the things that are mentioned in Holy Quran, the things that are mentioned by the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and the predictions of Holy Quran, predictions of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they are proved. And they stood the test of time, but still people don't believe in it. So I think it's a hypocrisy that we believe in the hypothesis of a scientist and we don't believe the commandments of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the commandments of Allah Almighty.
So there are many other cultures and so many cultures and religions that believe in supernatural. I think the people who do not believe in demons, they will believe when they will be possessed by the demons.
when they see demons.
When they see demons. So is there any cure when someone is possessed by the demons? Is there any? There is a term, I guess. And that is exorcism. I read somewhere. So can the people who are possessed by the demons can they be cured?
Yeah, they can be cured with the verses of Holy Quran, and there are methods given by Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and there are verses of Shifa, verses to remove satanic effects and satanic attacks. For example, chapter Bakra is very good thing to remove Satan and magical effects. So there are different cures and different treatments that are given by Holy Quran and the Sunnah of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But the point is that if someone do not believe in the existence of giants, so how he will believe that I am under the possession of giants and jinns? Okay, so the first and foremost thing that we should believe in it.
Yeah, they will have
and the one other point that can we see Almighty Allah?
No.
We cannot see Almighty Allah.
We cannot see so many things.
But still we believe in them.
We believe, yes.
Okay. So the point is that if we cannot see a thing, it doesn't mean it does not exist. Okay. So existence is there, but we cannot see them.
But with the passage of time, people will, believe in demons when there will be scientific proofs. It is not far away when people will start believing.
Maybe it happen next year or next century.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a.
So this was all the discussion about demons. So some of the people, if people do not believe in demons, it does not mean that they do not exist. Thank you so very much, Mr. Gulfam.
Thank you.